Okay, I'm back with another, I think, beautiful card. This card was made with several stamp sets, and I'll show you as I go through it. So let's get started. The first thing I did is I took and out of the Everything Eleanor stamp set, which is this one here, I took this flower, and then this flower. There, now you can see it. So I took those 3 flowers out. I used a lot out of this set actually. And I stamped them on a piece of scrap paper, and then I hand cut them out. We don't have a punch for these, so I just hand cut them out. Then I took another piece of scratch paper, and I went back to the Everything Eleanor stamp set, and I grabbed this stamp and stamped it on a piece of scrap. And then now I'm going to use my 2 3/8 inch scallop circle. Punch it out. And then the last punching is going to be with a 1 3/4 circle punch. And I'm going to punch out Sharing in Your Sorrow. I guess it doesn't matter. I can straighten it out once I... Alright, so there's all my pieces. Let's stamp. So the cardstock, I have 3 pieces. I've got your card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5. I have a first layer that is rose red, and it's 4 by 5 1/4. And then my second layer is a piece of Whisper White that is 3 3/4 by 5. So set it in the middle, and we're going to use Crumb Cake, and I am taking this stamp out of the Everything Eleanor. Oh, and the words came out of a stamp set that is called Thoughts and Prayers. Thoughts and Prayers, and I used the words. It's got a lot of great. This one was made with Praying for You, which is in the same set, and then I just flipped it around and did Sharing in Your Sorrow. So you can, it's a great set. So okay, I'm gonna load up my stamp, and I'm just gonna randomly stamp across the front of this. This is again Crumb Cake. I love this stamp. It's so pretty. Alright. And then I'm going to go back, and I'm glad I got a foam pad, because this stamp is quite, I call it a footprint stamp, but it takes a lot of ink to cover it. And these new foam pads of ours, which I guess they're not new anymore, but they sure hold the ink, and they sure put down a nice footprint. So here's this. Anywhere close to the side. You also have a framelit that matches that. Okay, then I'm going to take a piece, from another set. It's called Gorgeous Grunge. And here's Gorgeous Grunge. I've used it before, and I'm going to take this. I like this little sprackle. So I'm going to load that up with espresso. And I'm going to load that up with espresso and just randomly do a patch across there. And I think that's enough. And I just love this little bird. So I'm going to make it interesting and put my little bird down at the bottom. Maybe over here. I love him. Love him. Okay, now in this card I put a little pink, and I just sponged that in with it's rose red. So just to add, you could use your Gorgeous Grunge again if you wanted, but just to kind of give it some color. Alright, so let's start gluing. Let's get to gluing. Layers together. Okay. Oh, and one tidbit I didn't... Okay, you need to take a piece of scrap early espresso. And you're going to use your 2.5-inch circle punch. Pop that out. So now we can start layering. So I'm going to put this right here. Sharing in your sorrow is going on with a couple of dimensionals. And if you wanted, you could take your espresso pad and just take and roll. You could sponge the edge too. Just to give it a little color on the outside. Go. I'm going to take my flowers and they're going to go on with dimensionals. Oh, before I do that, I need to glue my guy down, don't I? Now I can put my flowers on. We're ready for the card base. I'm gluing it just straight down. And then the final thing are the pearls. I'm going to use my scissors and I'm going to get up underneath the pearl. I'm going to put a cluster right here in the middle. Cluster of 3. One in the middle there. One in the middle there. Okay, so there you have it.